Hello there everyone. I don't know why am I doing this, but okay, I've already started, and I've decided to do it. Yes, sharing you more of my secrets. And I'll be speaking English because not all of my viewers are from the Philippines. We have viewers from various countries, and the only communication we can have is English. So I'll be using English today. Anyway, as you have seen already in the title, why do I support Koreans in my channel? Of course, I support everyone. Whoever enters my YouTube channel, I support them all. I try to visit their live streaming. I watch their videos as much as I can. And nowadays, even if I'm working, yeah, to support the live streaming of everyone, I turn on the live streaming and let it play, even if I'm working. However, uh, some people said that in my live streaming there are lots of Koreans, and yes, because definitely when they entered my channel, when they became friends with me, I also visit them. Every time they upload new video, we have lobat tayo. Or if they have their live streaming, I try to join. And why do I do this? Right? It is because Koreans have, how can I say? Koreans have a great impact in my life. Yes. So, to be a housewife, to be a housewife for 9 years, 8 years, 9 years, it's very difficult to find a job again. And in when I needed a job, I ended up working as a part-time tutor actually, as a part-time tutor in Korean village here in Baguio City. So I taught a little boy, and at first I did have prejudice towards Koreans. I thought like, wow, this boy is so rude. However, as time went by, I I fell in love with the culture, with how they treat other people, right? So I kept working with this family, and we decided, yeah, they started their own English Academy here in Baguio City, and I also was part of the academy. So I helped uh, create. I helped in creating the curriculum of the academy, starting the academy until it grew into, of course, a bigger one, a bigger academy, English language school. Anyway, and I worked in this school for 3 years, not just as a teacher, but as part of the management. And my boss, I don't know if, yeah, I don't know, maybe, who knows, someday he might be watching this video, right? He was from Busan. Um, how can I say? Um, we often argued, we often fought because of differences in culture. Um, his age at the time is my age this time. So I was very young when I first met him. I was around, oh no, he was even younger because he was 35 when I met him, and I was just around late 20s, around 27 or 28. So we had a lot of disagreements because of the differences in culture. He insists what he wants, which is against the Filipino law when it comes to business, and it was very difficult to let him understand. However, I was able to work with him for 3 years, with them for 3 years, uh, because I really wanted also to learn, right? So I learned, how can I say? Yeah, I learned a lot from this company as well. It was my foundation for teaching English. Yeah, and in those times, maybe one thing that I am so thankful of was the trust they gave me, because every end of summer and end of winter, summer vacation and winter vacation, he would go back to Korea. I'm left here in the Philippines to manage the school because we still have students who were staying in the school, who were like, how can I say, they stay in this academy, but at the same time they attend regular schools in Baguio City. So definitely they need somebody to manage them. So I'm left here in the Philippines, and I managed the academy while he went back to South Korea to, how can I say, to advertise and to market the company. And the trust they gave me is one thing that I admire so much. How can I say? It's not easy. It is not easy to just trust someone, right? But the trust they gave me is one thing that made me stay in the company, even if we always fight. It was a terrible time. Sir Sani, if you're listening to me, I would really say now, wow, that was a tough time working with you. Because yeah, age, because of age differences, culture. So in the Korean culture, age is very, very important, but I was much younger than him, and I also insist what I want because it's for the betterment of the school, it's for the employees as well. And he wanted me to work like Korean, and indeed I did that also. In those times, my kids were very young. They were all going to school, and I'm married, but I was like also working like a single mom. Okay, so there were times that when it comes to finances, my salary was not enough. So I would tell my boss, like, can I have, sir, I would say, often say, sir, it's not many times. I think I did this 2 times, okay? I asked my boss, sir, can I have, alam niyo na, advance. Can I have some, anyway, alam niyo na yan, advance payment, right? So, mag-advance ako, cash advance. I would have cash advance. And if I tell my boss, he would usually say, okay, how much do you need? And I just tell. And when payday comes, you know, I don't know if he was testing me or not, or what, right? But he would give my salary in full. So what I often do is often two times I did I asked for cash advance. Anyway, what I did was to give back. I said, "Sir, I borrowed money. I had a cash advance, so I had to give it back." And yeah, to cut the story short, I worked in the company for 3 years. I've already learned what I wanted to learn, but again, as I have said, it was very difficult working with him. So I decided to resign. It was also difficult to resign. I submitted my resignation letter 3 times before he accepted my resignation because he knew that, yeah, even if he was in Korea and I'm here in the Philippines, I can manage everything. I hire teachers, I manage the staffs, kitchen staffs, I advertise for, yeah, hiring new employees, and then I also do the interview and everything. So you see, I was not just a teacher, I was managing the school. So without complaints, I did all of these things. When I resigned, it was also difficult to resign. So, but anyway, they were good. They were nice to me. He has a wife. They don't have kids. So it was only him and his wife was so nice. She was so kind. I cannot say anything. I admire her so much because she never interferes when it comes to the job or to my work, to what I do. She's supporting her husband and she supported me as well as part of the management. So when I talk to her, I can see how she respects her husband also. And she would say, "Did you discuss with my husband?" So, you see, they gave me a very good working working experience with Koreans. Okay, then after that, I applied to a bigger English language school. I know this is very popular in Korea, but I will not tell the name because it is one of the best language schools, Korean language schools here in the Philippines. It was really popular in Korea. We get thousands of students every year in this school. Anyway, I worked with it in the school for 15, no, 10 years. I worked with them for 10 years. And in these 10 years, I've met students all over Korea from different ages. Since it is an adult school, my students were adults, okay? From university students to government employees, to company employees, to retired, who were willing, who came here to the Philippines to study English for various reasons. Some for applying for a job, some for, how can I say, um, promotion, yeah. And you know, it is like, I could say that among all of my students, I will not tell the nationalities, but I would say one of the most respectful students I've ever had are the Koreans. Yes. I've got lots of funny stories when it comes to Koreans. I'm very familiar with their culture now. I'm very familiar with the, yeah. Hmm. Sad to say, they challenged me to learn Korean as well, but I didn't. But the memories I have with my Korean students was really nice, was amazing. They're very respectful. They're very protective people. For example, like as a teacher, you are there as an older person. You're there to protect your students. So one time we were doing some video making activity in the city. So we went out. I was with my students, and we went out, and how can I say? I just saw how much they respect me as their teacher, and they try to um, protect me as a woman, as a teacher, like their older teacher, their older person, as a mother, as a teacher, as a woman, right? So I've seen that from them, and that is the reason I really come into like very like the respect I give to them is also high. And that's one reason why I would say, yeah, I'm just happy supporting all of the Koreans entering my channel because of the experience I have had with them. It is I'm just reminded of all of these good times, good days before the pandemic. Yeah. And finally, in this pandemic, it is one of the worst times, right? Many people lost, like for me, I'm one of the many people who lost their jobs because I was working in a language school wherein our students are foreigners and it's face to face. So in this situation, it was so hard. I didn't expect that it could last this long, right? However, in 10 months, in 10 months that I didn't have a job, okay, who supported me? Koreans, actually Koreans and Taiwanese and Japanese. Within these 10 months, one Korean student had class with me, and another Korean, so two Korean students were having private classes with me, online private classes with me. Okay. And the other one, I think I had one Japanese who was having online private class with me, and Taiwanese students were very supportive of me also in this time, during the 10 months that I didn't have a job. Okay. So, it's like I'm always thankful with the Koreans because the first time I entered, or the first job I had after I got married and after I had my children, was a Korean company. And I had been with Koreans for 15 years, working with Koreans for 15 years. And yeah, the respect, the trust they gave was something I can never forget. And yeah. And anyway, yes, as I have said, during this pandemic, the support of two Koreans again is something I will never forget. So these are the reasons why I really support all of the Koreans entering my YouTube channel. So I told myself like to give the support to them as much as I can. So maybe that's the reason why you say, wow, we miss the time that we are chatting with each other, speaking our own language. But when Koreans enter, I start speaking English and entertaining them. It is because, yes, once again, they have, I just want to give my support to them. And at the same time, I do give all my support to anyone who enters my channel. Japanese, Indonesians, Filipinos, of course, most especially my Filipino family, Filipino friends. I call you my family. All of you guys are entering my channel. I call you now my family. Yeah, right. So this is the reason why I support Koreans in my YouTube channel. So thank you for watching. Have a good evening, everyone. See you more. Good evening.